All right, guys, today we're going to focus on how to create a custom dashboard. And there's several ways you can do it, and you can add either individual panels. So this is considered a panel. You can add individual panels, or you can go into all KPIs and choose any KPI that you want, and you can add to your custom dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create custom dashboards. And one of the things I'm going to say before is all the built-in dashboards, home and below, will always be there. The custom dashboards are always added above this line, and they show up above this area. And custom dashboards are the ones that you can create for yourself. You can create for other people in your office. For example, if I click here on All Office and I click on Edit, this custom dashboard has been shared with multiple people in this office, and you can go ahead and do that. The person who has created the dashboard is the only person who can edit it, but other people can see it. And the owner is defined here as well. So you could create a dashboard for yourself and make somebody else an owner. Okay. All right, let's look into how to create a custom dashboard. So as I said, any of the panels can be added as a custom dashboard. So I'm going to create a brand new custom dashboard that's going to take all of my production information, and it's going to add that to a new dashboard. I'm going to say add to homepage. And here in add to homepage, I will click on a new dashboard. And I'm going to go ahead and create a custom, I'm going to call it custom production, or let's call it my custom one. And it's going to contain the production panel. Now, there are a couple of other items in here. At this point, I won't touch them. I will just go ahead and hit save. Okay. As you see, a new page has been created called My Custom. And what does that contain? That contains a dashboard that contains that panel. Now, let's add one more thing in here. I'm going to add all the collections and accounts receivables information. So I'm going to go into financial, and I'm going to take this financial panel. I'm going to add that right there. Same thing, add to homepage. Now we are not creating a new dashboard, but we're adding it to an existing dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that item, custom dashboard, and I'm going to hit save. There we go. And if I click on that, this contains the production and the financial. And so this will contain the adjusted production. It'll contain your collections ratio. Let's take this one step further, and I'm going to go ahead and enter one more dashboard, and I'm going to go into financials. I'm going to also add my accounts receivables right in here. So let's go ahead and say add to home page, and we're going to take this particular one and add it to my custom as well. Okay. Now my custom page contains these three panels. So like this, you can mix and match of any of the panels that you want to create and add it right here. Right? Hope this makes sense so far. Now let's take it one step further, which is you can also explode a panel out into its constituent providers. Okay, and how do we do that? Let's say right on this panel, I want to be able to see the production of individual providers. So now I'm going to take this panel and explode it into different provider panels. Okay, so the same exact thing, click on this right arrow button, add to home page, and I'm going to, let's say, create another dashboard, but you could add it to the same dashboard, an existing dashboard, but I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to say my custom 2. And now in this case, what I will do is I will add all of my doctors and all of my hygienists. Okay, and what this will do is it'll take all of your active doctors and the active hygienists in the practice that's marked active in your settings, and it's going to create an individual panel if you click this button. So it'll take all of those active providers and create an individual panel after you click this button. Alternatively, you can pick the providers that you want to be added to that, and it'll do the same exact thing. So this is just a shortcut to say put all my doctors and all my hygienists in there. So I'm going to click save, and here I have a custom dashboard. Now see, what does this contain? Now what this has done is it's taken that production tab and it's split it up between all of the active providers in the office. So this office has 6 active providers, some are part-time, some are full-time, and this is what this is showing. Now, the power of this is that now each panel is fixed to a provider, so you can do a very quick analysis. How much did they do this month? And you can click this button, which goes back 1 month. Or for that matter, you can go back to last year. And it'll do that calculation quickly for you. So you don't have to run reports over and over and over again. This becomes a live and active page. Okay. Let's do another example. In this example, what I'm looking to do is to understand hygiene pre-appointments per provider, per hygienist. So I'm going to go into provider productivity, find that particular panel, which is right here, hygiene pre-appointment, and I'm going to add to home page. Now in this particular case, I'm going to call this one my custom 3. And in this case, I'm going to pick only all the hygienists and check this button that creates an individual item for each hygienist and hit save. This will create me a third dashboard right here, and this shows me the hygiene pre-appointment per hygienist. And why is this important? This creates accountability. So you can share the hygiene dashboard with your hygiene coordinator if you have one, or maybe just with all the hygienists if you don't want to share every single dashboard with them, or your whole practice with them. You can just share this particular page with them. And this is exploded out. Now, we can go one step further. Let's say you want to measure individual hygienists' fluoride rate. So as I said, you can add panels, or you can just add individual KPIs. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to go into the KPIs, all KPIs tab, and I will click on fluorides and find this fluoride percentage, add that, and pick my same exact dashboard, which was my custom 3, and I will pick all of my hygienists from the hygiene section and individually looking at their KPIs. I will hit save. Now my custom 3 will not just have your pre-appointments. At the bottom right here, this contains the fluoride percentage of every single hygienist. Let's take it one step further. Let's say you want to measure the number of SRPs done per hygienist. Now in that case, we will use a custom KPI. So I will click on all KPIs and find the KPI called service code count. Or let's do something else. Let's do service code dollar total. So the count does exactly that. It counts the number of times the service code was used. The dollar counts the dollar value for each of the service codes, and service code patient count counts all the patients that had that service code. For example, if you just want to count the number of kids that got sealants versus all the sealants that you did. So that would be one thing that you would use service count patient rather than service count. So in this case, let's say we're going to add a service code dollar total. Same exact dashboard. And in this case, since it's a custom KPI, it's asking me to enter the set of codes that it wants to track. So I'm going to say 43, 41, and 2. These are my SRP codes, and I will change the name of this KPI so I know what this is. So SRP dollar. And same thing, I will pick my hygienist, or I can pick my hygienist from this list. And don't forget to click this button in the end, because this is what will create individual KPIs rather than a group KPI. And this is done. So if I go down to my custom dashboard, here are my 4 hygienists and their dollar totals for this month of what they produced in SRPs, or last one actually. And if I want to just look at year to date, I just change the date And here at the bottom, I have dollar values of scaling and route planning for each of my hygienists. Hopefully this has helped. You guys can create your own custom dashboards. It's pretty straightforward. And once you have done it, you can click on the edit button, which is this little pen over here, and you can share it with anybody else in your team. You can also rearrange this dashboard. So you can just pick this up and move things around. So if you want to just move things around and you want to arrange it in a different way, you want to put this up top and want to put the fluoride percentages at the bottom, sure, you can do that as well. So it gives you ultimate flexibility on what is it that you're wanting to get done. Okay, and then we hit save. The other thing that you can do as well is you can create custom dashboards to compare different time ranges. So let me go back to my first dashboard that I created. For example, I can create a custom dashboard that we're looking at, let's say, year to date. I can fix this to say I always want in this dashboard, I want to fix this dashboard or this panel to always use last year to date. Okay, and you can do that. So I'm going to fix this panel to use last year to date, and this panel as well to use last year to date. Okay, now these panels would be fixed to last year to date. Let me go ahead and add this panel back again, and this time I will add it as year to date. So I will add the same panel into custom one, and I will add it as year to date. So now when you go back into this one custom panel, and let me edit this and put this panel up top, every time you come to this panel, it will always show you, no matter what date you select over here, because now we have fixed it, it will always show you on the first one, production, last year to date. All these numbers are last year to date. The whole panel is fixed. And this next panel, we have fixed it to year to date. So you can also try to see how you're doing. So if you try to create quarterly reports, you can fix this and you can create custom reports like that. And this becomes a very useful tool to be able to compare two time ranges. All right, so this is how you create your custom dashboards. If you have any questions, give me a call, send us an email. You can find us on practicenumbers.com. You can find us through Intercom, or you can give us a call at 425-610-6655. Thank you.